Wanting to become a YouTuber for fun or for profit? Check out the amazing Blue Yeti microphone today. Affiliate link in the video description. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and oh my god, Hasbro has decided that they're going to grace us with a new Transformers animated movie. I guess it was always going to kind of go this way. We're 5 films into the Transformers franchise. This last movie, the Transformers: The Last Night, pretty much tanked. It bombed. Nobody wanted to see it. China didn't even fall for it. And so Hasbro is basically trying to figure out a way in order to continuously push this product and continuously push this particular franchise. So they've announced that they're going to be doing an animated film. And that's not a bad thing, to be honest with you. It's not a bad thing. Transformers the animated movie, while maybe not the best movie ever, is still pretty good. And so going back to that particular mindset and going back to their roots might actually work well for them. However, they won't be able to get, Orson Welles to lend his voice this time around, which is unfortunate, but hey, we still have the 1986 original film. Now, it says here that confirming the previous info, Hasbro confirmed a Transformers animated theatrical film during their annual Investors Day. Hasbro-owned Boulder Media Studio will produce the movie along with other animated films for My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and Stretch Armstrong. And the reason why I think they're pushing the Transformer side of things is because they know that they have got lightning in a bottle, like a complete golden goose with My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. When that movie comes out soon, it's gonna do very well amongst not only young children but bronies. And I think they're looking at that like, well, we can capitalize on that as well for Transformers fans, because those who grew up watching the animated show back in the 80s are probably going to want to see another animated movie. They'll take their kids to see the animated movie, so on and so forth, and that just seems to make a lot more sense. Hasbro is set to deliver at least one animated movie each year to the theaters. Release date for the Transformers movie was not revealed during the event, and that's probably a couple years off. At this point, we're talking 2020. I would say 2020 at the earliest, maybe 2019 if they can do it. But if they're working on it right now, My Little Pony comes out in just a couple weeks. Maybe a little over a month, I think, then they might just be freeing up the animation to go and work on that. But then again, as soon as My Little Pony makes money, they're going to want to do a sequel. Now, however, based on the comment by the writer's room, the movie will explore the origin myth of the Transformers, linking with the live-action movie series. So this effectively is not Transformers, the animated movie, kind of picking up where that one left off or rebooting that one. This is basically Transformers. We're tying ourselves into the larger cinematic universe because we have to, and it's cheaper. essentially, that's what's telling me. So they're tying this into the cinematic universe. Now, what we know about the cinematic universe is that you had 14 writers, 5 writers in that writers room, led by Akiva Goldsman, who just needs to leave Hollywood entirely. They were working on these movies. They plotted out 14 films. And we thought they were going to be films. I never once considered animation. I will be perfectly honest with you. I never once considered animation at all. But it seems to make more sense. They want to go back to their roots. I mean, if you remember, the Transformers animated series was solely created to sell the toys. They were like, we have these toys. They're cool. They're called Transformers. We need a marketing platform. Ha 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 ha. Cartoon? And then that kind of spawned where we are. Now, it does say here that when inquired more about the animated feature film during a Q&A session, Hasbro confirmed the movie is based on the current movieverse, and Hasbro will partner with Paramount Pictures via their own Allspark Pictures. And so basically, they're probably going to foot the bill themselves, Paramount picking up maybe a little bit of the slack here and there, and then they're probably going to rebuild the franchise off of the animated movies, and then maybe see what the Bumblebee movie does, because that's, I think, what's going to happen now. They realize they've made some mistakes with Michael Bay, and I love Michael Bay as a director. As a storyteller, not so much, but he is a good director, and so that's why they're going back. That's why Bumblebee is going to be a spin-off set in the 1980s. 1987 is when that's going to be taking place. This one's going back to explore the origin myth of the Transformers, linking them with the cinematic universe. So probably going back before the events of Bumblebee. I mean, we do know that from the writer's room inside Paramount for Transformers, they wanted to go to different timelines. It's one of the reasons why in the movie we saw them go to you know, King Arthur. We saw them deal with World War II. They're going to like find a way to, you know, go to different timelines and probably go from there and tell the story of Transformers. But this is actually a good opportunity for Hasbro to kind of reset the brand, because they're not going back to zero, which is good. Let's be fair. We don't want another reboot of Transformers. They just need to right the ship, and they'll right the ship by telling these better stories, hopefully via animation, in which case they might have a lower budget and they can crank them out a little bit faster. But if the stories are solid, then people might be willing to show up for that, and then also have that mixed with live action. But I honestly feel that if the animated movies do very well, then they might just completely stop making live action movies, because it would just be cheaper to pump these things out and make more money than they're making with the current Transformers franchise. But what do you guys think about this? Are you excited for a Transformers animated movie exploring the origins of the franchise, linking in with the greater cinematic universe? Do we need a Transformers cinematic universe, or is it time to just kind of let it die? These are things I'm curious about. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Peace out.